everybody coming up in the space. Shout out to my people over there on YouTube. For my people coming in on YouTube, guys, we're going to be talking tonight about black men and black men. A number of black men seem to be turning red, voting with the Republicans. We're going to be talking about that tonight. We're going to be talking about rap star Meek Mill. Meek Mill, of course, kind of went a little viral the other day. He was talking about basically migrating back to Africa. He's talking about migrating to Africa, leaving because basically black men in this country, they get dogged out pretty much. We're gonna be talking about also Terrance Howard and the whole idea of black people not having to pay taxes. Is that something that's something that could seriously be put in effect? I know we're talking about reparations and stuff right now too, but is that something also that could be thrown up in the actual reparation argument as well too? Should black people even have to pay taxes? A number of people say black people, with everything they encountered in this country, everything they went through, just like the Native Americans being tax exempt on a lot of things, black people as well should be tax exempt as well too. So we're going to talk about that. I see my man Original up in here as well too, guys. So shout out to everybody coming up in the space tonight. And go ahead and get this thing rolling. Let me go ahead. I want to touch up first on the situation with black men voting GOP. I want to touch up on that situation real quick. This is from the Dallas Examiner. It says black men are shifting. Republican and Democrats need to wake up. Community talk. With many impactful races up and down the ballot in the upcoming Democratic Republican primaries, partisan turnout percentages will serve as the first indicator of potential outcomes for the November general election. Although Democrats haven't won a Texas statewide office since 1994, data suggests Democrats are in fact inching closer and closer to flipping our beloved Lone Star state. To combat this blue wave, Republicans are working just as hard to keep the soon-to-be battleground state leaning in their favor and are incorporating a new strategy to quietly swing over a sleeping giant within the Democratic Party base: black men. Not too long ago, black Republican men were a mere handful of names we could easily identify. Former Secretary of State General Colin Powell, former Republican National Committee Chair Michael Steele, Dallas entrepreneur Como Cottrell. Now there are numbers of a vast, diverse coalition deciding between living in a cold mansion with the Republicans or a warm efficiency with the Democrats. Today, black Republican men include U.S. Senator and former presidential candidate Tim Scott, a furniture maker turned lieutenant governor of North Carolina Mark Robertson, and of course Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson. Some were shocked, others finally relieved, and the rest just didn't care when Johnson announced his political party affiliation switch 5 months ago. However, I noted in one of the first Dallas Morning News articles published on Johnson's departure, the largest group of voter Republicans to go after right now in Texas is college-educated and business-minded black men. Now that former Florida Congressman and Texas candidate Allen West looks to unseat Jennifer Studdard-Haju as the next Dallas County Republican Party chair, Johnson and West together could form the perfect duo Republicans need to set a full court press in motion to win over black men right here in Dallas County. This is now your second wake-up call. If Democrats are going to keep black men beholden to the Democratic Party, the party must begin to incorporate a platform and messaging strategy that amplifies issues that matter to black men, especially those that are business-minded and college-educated. The fact is, in Dallas County, Democratic women already outvote men at a ratio of 3-2, and since 2006, when Democrats first flipped the county, only 4 men have ever overcome a woman opponent in a countywide Democratic primary election. Judge Martin Hoffman, District Attorney John Cruzat, County Clerk John Warren, and County Tax Assessor Collector John Ames. Right now, black men are facing the harsh reality of struggling to find a voice, have a slim chances at winning most elections, all while being enticed with the grass is green on the other side. The days of loyalty through affinity for black men to the Democratic Party solely based on spousal and or maternal relationships are over, and the recent polls are proving it. Democrats should use this primary election, the momentum of the convention, and the general election season to shore up this downward trend. A priest A minister and a rabbi walk into a bar. For decades, this setup has served as a prelude to some of the most amusing bar jokes. But if I were to say a U.S. senator, a lieutenant governor, and a mayor who were black and Republican walked in a bar, just know that a punchline won't be followed because this is no joking matter. This is reality. So yeah, the Republican Party is looking a lot different. That article is from the Dallas Examiner. Crazy thing is that they're mentioning that a lot of they're talking about college educated black men, but the Democrats at this point in time, they need to go ahead and just try to get as many black men as possible. They're going to have a hard battle keeping a lot of black men happy in the Democratic Party right now. A lot of black men are not too keen on this up and coming election, and it's gonna make a very interesting election right now because we know Trump and we know Joe Biden are going to be once again going head up again. Close election like it was last time. Winner takes all. Anybody's race. I think it's going to be another nail biter. But I think that like they say that the actual sleeping giant in this election cycle could be actually black men because we pretty much know most black women how they're going to vote. We know how most black men are going to vote. But if a significant chunk of black men decide to go the other way, this can make for a very interesting election. I see my man Original came up here as well too. Shout out to all you guys up in here. We got a bunch of the fellas up in here. I see a bunch of the sisters, with the exception of Tony, made her way up in here. But we'll definitely our people will come and get around. Y'all make sure y'all tweet this out. We touch upon Meek Mill real quick as well too, guys. I got to touch upon Meek Mill. And this is from Black Enterprise. I'm not going to read. I just want to touch up it because, there's so much crazy stuff with Meek Mill going on and people talk about the Diddy stuff and all that. I don't really want to touch up on that. I just want to touch up on this whole Africa thing. It says Meek Mill wants to migrate to Ghana because the U.S. wants black men in check. Meek Mill is ready to migrate to the motherland due to how the U.S. is made to tear black men down. The Philadelphia rapper has been sounding off on Twitter amid the release of his new music and suspected name drop in the latest case involving Diddy Combs. Like I said, I don't really touch up on that. Meek is no stranger to West African country as he last performed in Ghana at the Afro Nation Music Festival. While there, he visited the Jubilee House where he met the president. He received backlash when he filmed portions of a music video at a seat in the government. However, he did apologize and was continue to show love for Ghana and desire to work with Ghanaian artists. So Meek Mill is the latest artist that's talking about actually moving back to Africa. A couple years ago, Stevie Wonder, and I think Tony, we was talking about that. A couple years ago, we know Stevie Wonder was talking about moving back to Africa as well too. Here's my thing. Like, why broadcast it? You got the money, you got the paper, you got the resources, you got the name. I'm sure Ghana would love to have a huge name. Somebody like Meek Mill decide, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put me a house. I'm gonna build me a house, a mansion in Ghana. I'm gonna be over here a certain part of the year. They would hype it up. They use that as a bait to try to get more Black Americans over there. So if you feel that way, if you're a millionaire and you already feel the way that you feel, because we all know that, yeah, America is known for tearing black men down. If you feel that way, then why not move? I mean, it's not like somebody that has a 9 to 5 that have young kids that just can't up and afford to move across the other side of the world. You got the finances. You're worth millions of dollars. You can go ahead and you can have a house built over there in a few months, and you can move over there. I mean, Meek Mill has the kind of money where he can buy 500-600 acres if he wanted to. So if that's how you feel, if you feel that America is just tearing you down, if you feel that it's so bad, which we already know, we as black men already know how America views us and how it looks at us, then go ahead and take your money and leave. You don't need to go ahead and make a declaration. You don't have to do all of that. Just go ahead and take your money. Stevie Wonder, I can at least see. Stevie Wonder is like 70 years old. So he's blind. I can see Stevie talking, hey, I'm going to move and this and that or whatever. Meek Mill is what? Maybe in his early 30s. So if you feel that way, Meek, you got all kind of money. And then, like you said, you get to work with the artists over there. If Meek Mill if he does move to Ghana, I'm sure you have all kind of Ghanaian artists trying to work with him, the Afro beats and everything else. Hey, it'll pop off for you. But why constantly keep saying it? Why do people keep saying it? It's the same way with the white celebrities and stuff. I remember when if Trump becomes president, I'm going to pack up and I'm going to move out the country. And they still here. Ain't left. Ain't attempted to leave. I can't remember how many stars said that when if Trump becomes president, I'm going to pack up and I'm going to leave, and ain't attempted to leave anywhere. Still in America, still talking noise. So for all the celebrities, for everybody that comes out, because it'll be just a matter of time before Akon comes back out, and he'll be sitting up here telling us, hey, it's time for y'all to come back home, and it's time for you to invest and build, and y'all be millionaires overnight if you just go ahead and take your hard-earned money and invest it. Look, for those that want to do it, I have no issue. I don't knock you. I'm not upset with you. If you want to go ahead and take your money, you want to move, you want to create a lifestyle over there in Africa or Europe or Australia or wherever, go ahead and do it. But the people I notice that always talk about doing something are the ones who never actually do it. When somebody's going to do it, they especially when you have the resources, you have the ability to go ahead and do it. You just go ahead and do it. You don't say anything. You go ahead, you start building up your house and this and that or whatever, and bam, you're gone. So for all that talk that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you still haven't done it, like, what's the point? And I know people say, well, he's feeling the heat with the whole situation with Diddy and his name is being tarnished or whatever. Hey, I understand that. But that's even more of a case to go ahead and say, you know what, let me just go ahead and do this on the low. I'm getting all this negative backlash and this and that. I'm not going to say anything. I'm gonna get in a private jet. I'm gonna go over to Ghana. I'm gonna pick out a nice piece of land that I want to live in. I want to buy it, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I kind of stay underneath the radar or whatever. So if you're gonna do it, Meek, go ahead and do it. Let's see if Meek Mill in the next year or so, if he actually attempted to even buy a house. I ain't saying he's got to stay over there full time. Let's see if he's actually going to actually buy a house and invest over there, because we're constantly told to go ahead and invest, in foreign lands and stuff like that. And like I say, if you have the extra income, if you have the knowledge of foreign investment, if you understand the way these countries are structured and everything else, if you feel confident in doing that, more power to you. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But for us, for many of us who've never been outside of America, who've definitely never left the Western Hemisphere, who've never been to Africa, who've never been to any of these other places, who don't know anything about foreign investment, who don't know anything about the culture, the country, the government, the way things are structured, hey, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, to say the least. So let's see, like I said, Maybe Meek Mill will get up with Stevie Wonder, and they'll sit back and they'll kick back and drink a cold one. We'll see. Let's see if he's really going to do this in the next year or so. In a couple months. It don't even need to be a year or so. You got the money, you got the funds. Let's see if Meek Mill is about that. Let me touch up real quick on Empire star Terrance Howard as well, too, because Terrance says something that really, like I say, something that I've heard as a time I was a child. I've heard many of black people say, you know what, the Indians ain't the only ones in this country that shouldn't have to pay taxes. Everything we went through, we shouldn't have to pay taxes anyways. This is from the Philly Inquirer. Says Empire star Terrance Howard hit with nearly $1 million judgment after saying it's immoral to tax descendants of slaves. I'm just going to cover up. I'm not going to go all into his legal issue, but I just want to go ahead and highlight, what he said. A federal judge in Philadelphia has ordered Academy Award nominated actor Terrance Howard to pay nearly $1 million in back taxes, interest, and penalties after he allegedly threatened a Justice Department lawyer and maintained it was immoral for the United States government to charge taxes to the descendants of slaves. For more than a year, the 54-year-old star of the TV hit Empire, whose last listed address was Plymouth Meeting, rebuffed IRS efforts to collect $578,000 in income taxes. Let me just go ahead and get to what he was talking about. Like I say, I don't want to get all into his legal issues in terms of his taxes and stuff. But like I say, what caught my attention was what he said. He says, 400 years of forced labor and never receiving any compensation for it. The actor said in the message, now you have the gall to try to prosecute and charge taxes to the descendants of a broken people that you are responsible for causing the breakage. The recording cut off Howard mid-sentence, but he called the attorney back to continue. In truth, the entire United States should by default become the property of the descendants of slaves, he said. But since you do not have the ability or the courage to do it, let's try this in court. We're going to bring you down Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Polo Style. Shout out to Breeze Omega over there on YouTube as well too. For the people on YouTube, guys, make sure y'all go ahead and click that notification bell and share out the actual broadcast tonight, guys. For my people over here, shout out to all of y'all up in the space. Y'all make sure y'all retweet it. And for those coming in, guys, we talking about black men voting GOP. We're talking about black men voting GOP. This has really got a lot of people nationwide scared because more and more articles, more and more polls keep popping out. People really, really must be concerned about the actual amount of support that the Democratic Party has at this point in time, particularly with black men, because everything is coming out, and they keep talking about the polling numbers and this and that. I think I saw a poll on either it might have been CBS the other day, and it had Trump up 52% to 48% against Biden. Everybody's really, really anxious and really nervous about black men. So black men at this point in time, the article I read considers them a sleeping giant, somebody who could potentially tip the scale. In that article, it also talked about, black men in terms of voting aren't just so much going with the whole spousal thing and the, I guess the maternal type family structure as well too. So you have a lot of black men that's getting out here and they're trying to go ahead and cast their own lead in terms of voting. Here's the thing: people, as much as we give the sisters credit for voting for Democrats and this and that or whatever, let's not forget that before black women could even vote, black men were able to vote. So black men went from Republicans to Democrats, and black men also brought black women into the actual Democratic Party as well too. So while whenever these elections take place, black women get all the credit for, the support of the Democratic Party. Black men were the ones that were instrumental in actually getting the black race voting Democrat in the 60s and stuff like that. That's something that kind of gets forgotten over time. But they're the second most loyal voting bloc that the Democratic Party has, only behind black women. So we got to remember that. The Meek Mill situation, like I said, I'm gonna let y'all chime in. Meek Mill, every time we turn around, we sitting up here and we're hearing this talk about people, either you need to invest in Africa or you need to go to Africa. I think we did a couple of spaces where, like I said, Kenya was trying to get black people to come over there and spend something like $1 billion on the economy, trying to boost the economy, while also they're creating these cities and townships that they feel like the black dollar can help support. They're looking for investment as well too. And the Terrance Howard situation, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know people say, well, Terrance tripping. Terrance need to pay his money, this and that. I'm not gonna say Terrance don't need to pay his money or whatever. But he is right about that situation too. Like I've always felt, and I feel it to this day, that hey, no, we should have a tax exemption status in this country. We shouldn't be taxed on anything, to be honest. Like the same way the Native Americans aren't getting taxed, aren't getting hit. We as black people, we don't need to be getting taxed. We don't need to be getting hit as well too. We need to have our own casinos. We need to have everything that the Native Americans got. We need to have as well too, in tenfold. Let's not forget that Native Americans doing the actual founding, before you actually had the United States, when you had the colonial United States, they tried Native Americans as slaves as well too. But Native Americans, they couldn't handle it, like the actual workload, and their spirits and everything else got squashed and stuff like that. Black people were actually able to handle it. Hatred is a strong thing, and that kept a lot of black people going in this country as well too. So yeah, I'm with Terrance Howard on that. Terrance Howard is right. We should not have to pay taxes on top of the reparation. That's something that they should also throw in there too. I know the white folks would be like, well, y'all asking for too much. You're asking for $20 trillion. You're asking for reparations, and you want to be tax exempt as well too. I think that'd be more than fair. Truthfully, I think being tax exempt, having tax exempt status would be more than fair. I also think that these corporations and stuff, any corporation that benefited that benefited from slave money, you got to have black people that own stock in that company as well too. So that's how I'm looking at the things right now. I see my co-host DJ's up in here as well. I see my girl Goddess is up in here. QT, what's up? A number of y'all up in here, man. Y'all definitely go ahead and retweet this space out. That Negro, what's going on and what's going on? Matter of fact, I hit a lot of y'all up with some DMs We just started the Newstoter membership, guys. If you see that in your DM, that was just me sending you a DM. We're looking today. We got 2 signups, I believe, as well. Just Cakes, I know she was one, and Iconic was another. So we're trying to go ahead and get some memberships on the actual platform. Trying to build a community over there as well, too, guys. If you're on YouTube, you can see it on the screen. Newstoter.com customer. You go ahead and click that. It takes about a minute to set up the actual profile. It takes about a minute. All you need to do is put in whatever username you want to use, put in your email address, and go ahead and create a password, and bam, that quick. You ain't got to put a profile picture. You got to do none of that. And we starting off with the low as well, to $1.50 a month is the smallest membership package that we have. $1.50 a month. All it is your support to the actual platform. We're trying to make it as affordable and cheap as possible. $1.50 for those that support us. That is a reoccurring payment. We're not going to go up any higher than $1.50. We have other packages as well, too, $2.50, $3.50, $4.50, $5.50, $10. But we're not trying to break the bank. We understand it's a rough economy. We understand the times as well too, but we definitely need that support. I'm going to be drumming that up in these spaces and on these broadcasts to let you guys know you can support your own Black News website for just $1.50 a month, guys. That ain't a whole lot of money. And like I said, I know we living in rough times here, Holmes. We living in some rough times. I know no matter who's in the White House or whatever, but hey, we got to try to get it as much as possible. I hate to ask, guys, but we do need that support. So if you get a chance, guys, definitely, it's up in the Jumbotron. It's in the description on YouTube as well, too. You'll see the actual link that'll take you right there, and you can go ahead and you can create your quick account. Pick one of the membership packages from $1.50 all the way up to $10, whichever one best fits your financial situation. And we definitely need you. I know we have the membership thing here on Twitter as well too, guys, but the only thing about these things on Twitter, YouTube as well, these things have a threshold, and if you don't hit that threshold, that means you don't see money. So I don't have a whole bunch of subscribers on Twitter, so it may be 3 months before I see anything because it doesn't hit that threshold. So same with the YouTube as well too. You have to hit a certain amount of threshold. I don't have a whole lot of followers on YouTube either, so that's why we have to do the membership thing. So just to let everybody know, I see my man Ray up in here as well too. Shout out to Ray. And like I say, guys, we touching up on this. We touching up on these topics. We touching up on Black men and their power to vote. I'm glad. I want to see Black men seize absolute power. Go ahead. We keep talking about Black men this, Black men that. But it would be a great thing for Black men to make their presence known in this upcoming election and shock the hell out of everybody here. You're going to get a blowback. People are going to be pissed off. They're going to be mad. They'll be printing the articles, and there'll be all kind of hit pieces, and there'll be all kind of news coverage talking about how Black men screwed up and how Black men messed up and this and that, whatever. But your voice would reverberate around the entire world. If you was to sit up here, old Joe Biden, he wouldn't believe it. He'd be shocked as hell too. So definitely. Let me see. Original, we got you up here. Original, you want to touch up on anything? DJ, I got you up here, and I want to hear. Hey, I got to start hearing some more of our sisters up in here as well too. I want to hear what some of the sisters got to say about this. But like I said, what's your thoughts before anybody speaks? Because when you come up here to speak, we got 3 topics. I want you to, if you can't cover all 3, at least cover one. But what's your thought about Black men voting GOP? What's your thought about Meek Mill, the latest Black celebrity that's talking about, at least Meek is talking about himself, though. At least I'll put it that way. At least he's talking about moving back there himself to Ghana. I know a lot of people showing videos of, he got his wallet or his watch or something taken or whatever. I don't know. And also Terrance Howard. Was Terrance Howard correct? Did Terrance Howard say something that we should have been saying for years about taxes? Like, hell, we shouldn't have to pay no taxes. Plenty of taxes was taken off of our behinds and our backs in this country. We don't need it. We don't need to pay any taxes whatsoever. So, as always, my man Original, he's gonna start off the night. Original, what's going on with you?
Hey, Black Power and its based operations. This issue with Black men and the GOP, I don't take issue with that at all. The only issue I want to raise is just make sure that we're getting concessions for your support for the GOP, because quite a number of them, they want us to support them, but they don't want to hear what issues we have. Just like the Democrats. Black folks vote for the Democrats, but yet you got illegal aliens coming here. They're getting all kind of resources. Black folks don't get anything. And so all I'm saying is if that's what you're going to do, just make sure that you're getting resources to go along with that, because there's no need, to vote for one party and expect that they're going to provide for you, because it's been said for decades that black folks don't have a choice but to vote for the Democrats. That the Republicans not going to do anything for them. So it's like that default mechanism whereby black people are just stuck in neutral. One party said, well, both parties hate you. Let's just be real. So both parties hate you. So I think it's great that some people are looking at the Republican Party, regardless of how nutty they are, and everything. But I think that until both parties understand that, we have options, and my option that I'm exerting this year is I'm not voting for either party unless they're talking reparations for black folks. That's the only way they will get my vote. So I don't take issue with it. I think it's a great thing, because see, now remember, this black boy, Jason Johnson, he was on MSNBC talking about they don't need the black male vote or the black vote. They know that they're gonna get X number of black people's vote anyway. And the video that I saw, I got to go and listen to. I think it's the Black Authority, or Professor Black Truth. One of them did a podcast on that, and so that shows you how desperate they are. That they're scared that black people are leaving their party, but yet they don't want to make any concessions to make them stay. That's what's so crazy about it. You want the vote, but you don't want to pay for the vote. Nothing is free in this country. So that's what I say on that. And as far as Meek Mill, there was a video of a sister where she had moved to Ghana, and she talked about how she was harassed by the Ghanaian police. And so, like I said, they're making it sound like, some great place to go and live, and but then now you got some people in different countries. There was one country, I forget which country it was, but they was running the black folks up, the black Americans up out of there. So, and then you got, Kenya want us to bring billions of dollars to them. No, we need those billions of dollars to build up our own community, our own infrastructure. Why would we go and help you build your infrastructure? You don't give a damn about us, and we still sitting over here suffering. Now, I don't see myself doing any of that, because all they see from us is $1. That's it. They don't want anything else. Probably when you go over there, the prices are going to be exaggerated to the point to where you may not want to spend any money. Just like you had this, it was a video of a guy. It was a brother. He was in Ghana, and he went to this nightclub. They told him he had to pay for a table and buy X number of drinks. But then he looked over and see the white people. They wasn't buying drinks, and they said, "Oh, well, they're not going to do that." Well, then why are you forcing black Americans to do it? Don't ask us to do anything you're not asking these other people to do. That's the issue, and that's the issue I take with that, And what was the other one you had? Let's see, Meek Mill, Terrance Howard and the taxes. I think the reason that they may be going up, whatever financial issues Terrance Howard may be experiencing right now. But see, when high-profile people start saying these things about we should not be paying taxes, that right there set off the alarms all over the country at one time. Well, you got one of these high-profile people; they don't got way out of line now. They say they left Hollywood; they don't give a damn, and now we going after them, and they trying to turn the masses on. Well, good. It's about time. So I don't have an issue. Whatever financial issues he may be experiencing, I'm not mad at him for saying that Black Americans should not pay taxes. I think that's the way it should be. They're giving all these concessions to all these other groups, and that lets me know exactly how much Black people are putting into this country, because they want us to put all this money into this country, but yet we're not supposed to receive any of the benefits. So I think it's a plus that he said that. And oh yeah, and one of the things too now I went back. I know before we had talked about Meek Mill before being in Ghana. I went back and I watched one of those videos where his cell phone was stolen. Meek Mill was fighting off somebody over there because he had to fight. There was one or two people he had to fight off. I think he gave a measured response. See, something is going on whereby it's being really heavily pushed for Black people to move back to Africa. Something is going on, because see, they know that building spirit, that entrepreneur and building spirit that we have, and we can get things popping. But see, everybody want us for who we are, but they don't want us to benefit from who we are, what we can do and who we are, And so I'm just kind of suspect about this whole thing with Meek Mill, because you came under attack and you was fighting the people off, and then they say he was making a video at some kind of sacred spot. Now my position is, I know he has some Ghanaian people with him. Why they didn't tell him that? Well, it may not be a good idea for you to film here. This whole damn situation sounds suspect to me. I don't trust it. I think we have to be, we have to look at it very carefully and not just go along with what other people want us to, believe. So, I'm just going to land it right there. And hopefully tonight we can hear from some of the other people that's coming in to listen, because I think we can make this the top, what you call Twitter space, a podcast on social media. So we come in, if everybody come in, if more people come in and participate, and we can hear from different perspectives, and we can expand it from there. And so that's how things get moving, and they get popping for us when more of us get involved and make things happen. I'm gonna land with that.
All right, Original, appreciate that. Thank you. I see Brother Moku over there on YouTube as well too, so shout out to him. We read a couple quick comments from over there. Person of interest says Ghana welcomes Black Americans. MWD says, here we go, anti-African sentiment, laugh out loud. While complaining about white man won't give us nothing, laugh out loud. I didn't really hear any anti-African sentiment, but okay. Brother Moku says, if we have no country begging us to come home, why the hell we keep calling Africa our home? Apologies for all the caps. Polo Style says, Africa has never been our home. I'm tired of this. Go back to Africa scam. We are not Africans. Brother Moku says, not paying taxes is Terrance. And is not paying, but not exactly sure, Brother Moku, but I know you're saying something about him not paying taxes or whatever as well too. So I'm feeling him on the taxes thing. Like I said, I know you got to render to Caesar, but I can definitely feel him on that. QT on Twitter said, not that Terrance Howard got his Negro wake-up call. He want to come back down to the black side of town and use a slavery race card. So, okay, QT. You saying that he kind of lost his way, I guess. So he then came back home. Go back to original. I see my girl Rera up in here as well, too, guys, and I see Aunt Lop in here as well too, and he's right. Original's right, man. Y'all definitely come on up here and speak as well too. That's why I put a number of topics up in the actual space tonight as well too, because I want to hear. I miss hearing the people like certain topics y'all like chatty patties on, and certain topics y'all just sit there like little sheep or whatever. So I definitely want to hear what people got to say as well too. Go ahead, original. You got it.
Yeah, let me say this about this so-called anti-African statement, because I'm tired of hearing that. Now, when COVID hit, prior to COVID, you had I would say a large, whether they was African centered, Pan-African or whatever, you had a large number of Black Americans who said positive things about Africa. But see, what we found out was during COVID, the Africans and Caribbeans were holding anti-Black American spaces, and they had nothing nice to say about us. And so when we start responding to their stupidity, all of a sudden we became xenophobic and whatever else. Now, if you're going to have a conversation, the conversation has to stand on truth. I'm not going to sit up here and give a measured response when it comes to Africa. They don't do that with us. Now, nothing that I said was anti-African. I'm just telling you what people, like the sister said, she was harassed by the Ghanaian police, and where Meek Mill, he was fighting off somebody when they was chasing him. And like I said, if he was filming in a so-called sacred space, why didn't any of those Ghanaians that was with him, why didn't they tell him, well, we can't do that here? But no, these people, they have a romanticized perspective when it comes to Africa. And a lot of these people, they worship Africa and they worship Africans. And as if we're not ever supposed to tell the truth or say anything that is perceived to be negative about Africa or Africans. But they can say whatever the hell they want to about us in this country, and we're just supposed to accept it. Well, let me tell you, I am not sorry. I quit saying I'm sorry. I am not sorry. If the truth hurts, so be it. Because if that's the case, why hasn't any African country, or I would say, why hasn't any African leader ever pushed the American government to treat us fairly over here? But all they see from us is a damn dollar. Because see, the reason Kenya want to have this little tourist spot, because they saw how much money Ghana made on their year return. So why would we spend our money over there when we need to build up our communities over here? That Africa is not our responsibility. Since they say they're so great, they do this, and there are some smart people in Africa that are doing some wonderful things. Just like I said, there's this website, How We Made It in Africa. Okay, you can go and see, but a lot of the people who are making it in Africa on their website, they ain't African. Okay, so I've been part of the so-called Pan-African organization and stuff, and basically they just pushing a lot of hot air. But I'm tired of hearing people say, anytime a Black American say something about Africa or African, all of a sudden we are anti. No, we're not accepting that, and I'm not sorry for anything that I said. And if whoever said that don't like it, that's your problem, not mine. And I'll land with that.
All right. Thank you, Original. For those that can support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation platform today in America. Once again, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. If you don't have Cash App, we have the Venmo and PayPal on the Jumbotron. For those that's on YouTube, The Cash App is in the actual description, and so is the Venmo and PayPal. Once again, that's $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Also, like I said, we started the actual Newstoter membership. That's on the actual screen for my people on YouTube as well too. All you gotta do is click that link, newstoter.com. Customer it'll take you there, and you can go ahead and create a quick profile in less than 2 minutes. And we have memberships for as cheap as $1.50 a month. Same for people over here on X. That's up in the Jumbotron as well too, guys. We have the Newstoter membership as well too. So let me go ahead and kick it to Brother Moku. Brother Moku, what's going on with you tonight?
What's going on, Newstoter? Original DJ, Money, That Negro, DL. Everybody, man, what's going on? Goddess Michelle. What I was saying on YouTube, Tyler, was as far as Terrance goes, not paying taxes. Yeah, that's his VGQ. You know, it's cool. You know, he's entitled to it. But my VGQ on taxes is it's okay, but and it got to be more. Damn it! Like, come on. I'm tired of hearing that. Yeah, money. It ain't all about money. Yeah, it is all about money. You know, to get any type of repair, you need money. My flat tire needs repair. I need money. I need repair for my mental impairments. That costs money. Even if it's a black therapist, I gotta pay my black therapist some money. You know what I'm saying? Even if whatever repair we go or have, I don't care what type of repair, monetary, mental, all types of repair costs money. All of it. So I would just suggest to all the victims of racism, white supremacy, look, you can't put a price on blood. Ain't no price can pay for my ancestors who lost their lives to racism, white supremacy. It ain't no price that racism, white supremacy can pay. The only price they can pay is to pay until there's no more life left. That's and it ain't even equal to the blood. So as far as people saying, it ain't all about money. Yes, it is. It is all about money. Africa don't have no place calling to us, saying home is ours. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody begging us to come back. Ain't nobody got no land set aside for any of the victims of racism, white supremacy, whose families are victims of the slavery, the debaucherous slavery that went over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody begging for us to come home. They not making a way. So why in the hell is we ready to go over there and start a life in some place we don't even know? That's not even our home. You know what I'm saying? That's not a shout out to any of the African cousins that I have over there, but that's not my home. That's not our home. We were born here. Our ancestors were enslaved here. And some of them didn't even come from Africa. I mean, we really got to start dealing with the evidence and putting aside our feelings. Because feelings change like the weather. Today it was rainy and cold, and tomorrow's going to be hot like summer. You know what I'm saying? And DJ up there know what I'm talking about because he was wearing a sweatshirt. He was wearing a sweatshirt day before yesterday, but the day before that, he was wearing a T-shirt outside with no jacket. I know because I was doing it too. Feelings change just like that. But one thing that don't change is the reality. The reality is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We are victims of racism, white supremacy, and I'm going to land here. We need to stop calling things what they not. Because the more we lie to ourselves, the more the situation going to stay the same. I'll land there. Thanks, Total, for letting me speak.
No problem. Good to hear from you as always, bro. Let me real quick shout out to CRU. I see you over there on YouTube. And what Terrance was saying, even though he was saying, Brother Moku, he was saying, we shouldn't basically have to pay any taxes or anything like that. He was also saying, and truthfully, he was saying that by default that basically the United States should belong to the actual descendants of slaves as well too. So he did throw that part out there as well too. So he wasn't just talking about totally about about the tax issue as well too, but I think that he did make a good point on that. I think he did make a good point on that. Like, hey, while we talking about reparations as well too, that is something else they could add in there as well too. That hey, we no longer have to pay taxes in this country, which I think on top of the main reparations that we're looking to get, I think that'd be a nice consolation prize to go along with it as well too. If we're being honest, real quick, I see MWD wrote something else on YouTube. Let me see what MWD says. He says, you are reacting to Africans in the Western nations, USA and UK and Caribbean black people in America refuse to spend with each other. In America, hell, liberals will wipe out black community in 10 years. MWD also says, I guess when he must have been speaking, Brother Moku says, don't have to be sorry, laugh out loud. Mexicans and Venezuelans will be the probationary white folks due to black America's love for Democrats. So, I mean, I think a lot of that too is looking at the actual numbers that you have. They're saying that the birth rate for a lot of white America is kind of going down some. So that's another reason I think that you see an influx of actual immigrants coming to the country as well too. So that plays a part in it as well too. Let's not forget that there were times in the Caribbean where you had, especially over there in Cuba and stuff like that, that it got so black that they had to go ahead and they had to reach out back to Europe to go ahead and import more white people to go ahead and try to balance out the actual island and try to whiten it out some because, it had become so dark over there as well too. So you have to look at that and, hey, if the numbers are low like that, that's another reason why they are actually trying to get people to come over here. DJ, are you up in the space? I don't know if you're up in the space. Okay, DJ.
Yeah. Shout out to the room.
Yeah, real quick. I didn't know if you want to touch up on the what we've been talking about tonight, Brother Moku. While I had you up here, I definitely what's your thought too about black men and the GOP as well too? Because more and more articles and things are coming out as well too, where it seems that you have, and I'm not going to sit here and say that you have a huge number of black men that's going to vote GOP in this upcoming election, but you do seem to have enough that is actually starting to the data and the analytics and stuff like that is starting to worry the Democratic Party some to the fact that they're saying, hey, you know what, these black men could be a game changer. They could be something that's going to actually shift the actual scale from us to the actual Republicans as well too. So what's your thought on the whole situation with black men and Republicans? And I know for a fact that you are probably saying, well, hey, you know what, it's got to be more. And I know a lot of times we're hearing that it's got to be, you got to vote for a closed border candidate. So exactly how do you feel about black men potentially being a key piece in this election coming up, especially if they do go GOP, if a number of them, if you get 25%, because I think I heard something, a number before one time they were saying something like 20% of black men voted for Trump, which I don't know how accurate that is, but let's say you get 20 to 25% of black men in this upcoming election vote for Trump or the GOP. What's your feelings about that, Brother Moku?
Well, Tyler, I'm always talking about how your feelings change. They, like the weather. But my thoughts on it is this. We should be focused on the party that's talking about jail time for letting these illegals come over here illegally. Shout out to the Redemption Party.
Real talk. See a Boogie down there as well too. Oh yeah, like I say, DJ, I meant to get back to you as well too and get your just get your thoughts on it. And anybody that's up in the space as well tonight, guys, you coming in here, please go ahead and retweet it out. Retweet it out. We should be able to get some pretty good amount of retweets with the amount of people in here. Retweet the actual space out so people can see it. And we also want to get I see Shantae down there. Shantae, I ain't heard from you in a long time. So if you want to come up here and speak, definitely. Ray, I know you say you got some free time. If you want to come up here and speak on this topic as well, too. LA Rob, shout out to you. I see you. And I see my girl Trouble down at the bottom as well, too. Hey, Boogie, what's up? I ain't heard from you in a minute, Hey, Boogie. So definitely we want to get our people that come up in here. And I know a number of y'all don't really speak that much, but for those that do, feel free to come on up here. Rerod, what's up? It's been a minute since I heard from you, sweetie. I hope all is well. And if you get a chance, come on up here as well, too, guys. Don't be shy. Y'all know if you get on the microphone, we're going to go ahead and let you say what you want to say. We just tell you to watch the cursing. But outside of that, we're going to go ahead and let you rock the mic. So for those that want to come up here, we're talking about black men. We're talking about them and the GOP, the partnership. I mean, it's just a sleeping giant that's about to wake and, kind of get everything situated. How is this? And also, too, because that article says something I felt that was pretty interesting when it was talking about, black men. Basically, it was saying, okay, well, a lot of black men, I guess, are trying to say they voted with their wives and stuff like that. If the wife was a Democrat, they voted Democrat, and you had this whole maternal type thing they were talking about as well, too. I don't know all about that. I think you had a lot of black men that were just as down-hard Democrats as their wives and stuff like that. I don't think the black men came home and the wife said, "Oh, baby, you're going to vote Democrat just like I am." And he's okay, baby, I'm going to vote just like you. I don't know all about that. Like I said, black men were the first in the race, were the first to actually go ahead, and they were actually voting before black women were. So people kind of forget how influential black men have been in terms of leading the actual race in terms of how they vote and stuff like that as well, too. So all that, talk about it, the spousal and the maternal stuff like that. I strongly disagree with that. That's not to say you didn't have some black men that, hey, didn't go the way that they, their mothers and their aunts and grandma and wife went as well. But you had plenty of black men that, their wives and everybody in their household went the way they said to vote and stuff like that as well, too. So very, very interesting dynamic we got coming up as well. DJ, you want to go ahead and I'll go ahead and let you get something in real quick. Like I said, I'm trying to see if we can get some of our folks to come up here and speak as well, too, because I hadn't heard a number of them in a while. So
yeah, for sure. Shout out to the room, Newstoter, everybody shut the room out. So just running down the list, black men in the GOP vote. Well, 60, 70 years of what the Democrats been crapping on black men specifically. Why would you continue to vote for them? I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So even though I still remain registered as a Democrat here in New Jersey, but that don't matter because it's a choice if you want to go vote or not. But what we got to understand too as well, again, it don't matter who you vote for as far as a president because that's already been sealed. If you voted for senator, Congress, governor, those are your electoral college votes right there. All your mayors and all that other stuff, they decide who the president is going to be. You only decide to go wait in line for a popular vote. So it is what it is with that. So study your electoral college voting system versus the popular vote. And also there are elections locally. This is why you can't always sit home. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all specific states you might be at, you have governors and senators that are running and Congress folks that, their seats are up or they're running for re-election and all this other stuff. So you got to go put them votes in right now. So don't be up here thinking like, well, I don't know who to vote for, Trump or Biden. So I ain't going to go vote at all, not realizing that local elections matter. It matter more than advocating for a president. So, if black men want to go vote for the GOP, go and knock yourself out. That's less weight on the Democrat Party. So hopefully then they'll see that we ain't really playing around with them. But does any of this really matter when we're understanding the information and the numbers where if we don't do something now, as far as like try to obtain our reparations and all that other stuff, come 2028 when it's time to vote for a president again, our vote really ain't gonna matter because it kind of don't matter now. We the ones that's been fighting for voting rights in this country, not no illegal immigrants. You feel what I'm saying? And shout out to the Redemption Party, Sister Ashaki, you know what I mean, for president. So yeah, we need to be suing and locking up Joe Biden and all his administration for allowing illegal invasion of the United States of America's borders. We have borders for a reason, post-Civil War, y'all. You know what I mean? We have borders for a reason, you know what I mean? So you from where you from, Mexico and all you other jokers that's down below South America, I don't want to hear anything about America doing whatever to your country that don't matter to black people, in our opinion, because y'all already done lost 2 or 3 wars to the United States colonizers back before we was even born. So if you can't get it right in your own country, and don't think because we here in America, we got all the peaches and cream and living the American dream. No, we're still fighting. And that's been our problem too. We've been fighting these white jokers so long, we don't let the other knackers, tether knackers come in and swoop right up on us. The Asians is coming in here. They using TikTok to get across the border. And with this one old man property yet down there in Texas, he been asking the federal government for well over, I think he said 20 years to repair the hole inside of the fencing where these Chinese migrants is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Or illegal immigrants, rather. And look, these ain't your average Chinese citizens. These are the ones with influence and money in their country. Did you see about that Arab dude?
Why would, if they got influence, why do they want to come over here if they living it up over there?
Because they have no influence in China. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know what I mean, political status goes. There's only one ruler in China, and that's Xi Jinping. You know what I'm saying? CCP. But y'all don't want to come to them China spaces on the late night I have no more, because y'all don't understand Chuan's way. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So they don't got that type of pull. You got governors and congressmen and senators and political advocates that go missing in a drop of a dime. You say something wrong about you don't agree with the party over here, you're going to come up missing the next day. This is why it's not good to put organ donor on your driver's license. So that way, you know, because if you got that, that goes into the medical database over here. It's already so much information, Tyler, that China is hacking us, coming over here, sending their spies over here, getting in and getting hired at companies like Apple, stealing autonomous driving information. So most of the stuff that we use is already made in China. This is why Trump was right. He was right about this, GOP. Let's end this tariff situation where we're not exporting our product, our Cadillacs, that's an American car, you know what I mean, to China, and we got to pay a tax. But when they send a lead-based, poisonous, whatever it is they send it, fake lettuce and fake shrimps, you know what I'm saying, because they make that stuff too, over here, we pay a tax for it to get it over here. But they don't pay no taxes. They don't pay no taxes when they bring that stuff over here, their cargo. So why is it we paying the taxes to export a Cadillac or something that they want in their country anyway? See that? So with that being said, Trump was right about that 100%, even though it has made it harder to get certain equipment. Okay, well, so what? I got to pay $5, $10 more for it. I'd rather do that as long as it's being manufactured here in America. So this is another instance why it's important, not even to go off topic, to support Taiwan to a certain extent, because they're the main ones that have been manufacturing these chips. We can't be on the phone with each other. You can't text your people. You can't do no Instagramming without no chip in the phone. You can't use your wash and dry nowadays. You can't start your car. You can't do anything without a chip in it. So if Taiwan want to come over here to Arizona and build a chip plant in the desert, I'm all for that. And we can protect Taiwan for that, because as long as America got dips on the infrastructure, black people going to be okay. So why the hell Meek Mill, let's go old school over to him. What the hell you want to go to Ghana for? And ain't nothing over there for you, dog. Because you see a bunch of melanated faces, you think they're your people. And I know the information and what was conflicting or what was really going on with Meek Mill when you saw him in that video. Nah, nigga, you was running for your life. Excuse my French. You was running for your life, Naka. You know what I'm saying? Because you could say they was trying to show love to you. You just showing face to Ghana so you could go back over there. Them jokers was trying to, hey, we either about to kidnap you, eat you, you know what I'm saying, hold you for ransom, because that's what going on over there. But nobody, us over here, we think, oh, no, you being all cold, DJ. That's not Pan-Africanism. You ain't unified. You ain't unified. You know what I'm saying? Nah. They really be eating people over there, bro.
Come on, man, with the eating stuff.
They really be eating what they call them dicks, though, D-I-K-S, but it's a form of a rat or a mammal over there they eat. They call them dicks. Look it up. I'm not even here to play with you.
Okay, I'm thinking you're talking about people for a second.
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, right.
This is not even a laughing matter. All jokes aside, the same way the white folks used to picnic us, they do that to their people over there. You know what I'm saying? To this day.
I would definitely think the vast majority of Africans don't practice cannibalism though. I mean,
well, we talk about where they at in certain parts of the western part of Africa, where Ghana, Nigeria, Congo, yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying? This is what Meek Mill trying to go to. You trying to bring your family.
But I'm saying the vast majority of people in those places you're saying, I'm saying.
I'm just talking about that particular geographic region. They do. And you can say it ain't the vast majority, but how can that be when they live there? So therefore, meaning it would be the majority that most likely eat stuff.
Nah, I'd have to see some. I'd have to see some facts on that one, though, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the facts are there, bro. No sense false. I said. So with that being said, Meek Mill, what you want to go over there for when you got these the same people that sold slaves, yo, sold other Africans. You know what I mean? That we talking about Ghanaians, yo. What tribe you from? You know what I'm saying? You from the slave seller tribe, son? I just told an Igbo Nigerian the same thing on Instagram. Where you from? Talking about American politics? Oh, you Nigerian Igbo? Well, you come from a slave seller tribe 9 times out of 10. I don't even know you from a can of paint, but I know that for a fact. 9 times out of 10, if you're from these parts of this particular geographic African countries on the west side, you come from a slave seller ancestry. Let's add it up. You know what I'm saying? So, Meek Mill, I don't think it's safe for you to go over there because the same thing that's happening in Africa is technically happening in Philly. So, what's the difference really at this point?
He might be getting a bag over there, though. He might be getting a bag.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Convert the rand to U.S. dollar. What would the bag look like then?
Not a whole lot. If we gonna compare it to the U.S. dollar, yeah, not a whole lot. But you know, if he takes, you know, if who knows, they may have to pay him in the U.S. dollar. Though that might be part of the actual negotiation as well too.
Okay, do the tax conversion now. What you really want to know? You probably better off doing a tour in America or somewhere overseas in Europe where money is prevalent versus even trying to live in Ghana for 2 or 3 years and set up shop and all this other stuff. Yeah, your money may go farther there, but if you're trying to make money, no. You know what I'm saying? But Meek Mill, a global superstar. But okay, let's get into the money, right? So,
hey, real quick, because I see Shantae, because I want to get back to what you're saying, but let Shantae go real quick, and then we'll get back to the discussion because I know she.
You love you from East Orange. How you doing, sister? You know what I'm saying?
Hey y'all, hey Newstoter, hey DJ, shout out to the room.
What's up, Shantae?
Your money, Race Man, guys, everybody. I was about to sit up here and agree. Well, shit, I was. I gotta be honest. DJ, I agree with you because I don't even live in East Orange no more. I don't move. I'm kind of like in the big ass suburbs and shit like that now, and it's the same shit.
Try not to curse, Shantae. But go ahead.
I'll be cussing too much. Okay. So let me talk regular. So basically, I done moved up into the different suburbs, so I do kind of agree with DJ. DJ, when you saying that a lot of people, hold on, let me address the title first. It says something about black men. I think all hands need to be off of black men, American men, and y'all shouldn't even be a conversation subject, no matter. Keep your names out of everybody else's mouth. GOP, Meek Mills, I really don't know what's going on with Meek Mills. So
as black men and advocating for the GOP, black men have wanted to vote for Trump, being more conservative. So black men in the GOP, Meek Mill in Ghana, and Terrance Howard in Texas. Go ahead, Bill.
I don't see nothing wrong with anybody black trying to vote for you. Vote for whoever you want to. I know everybody in the world, they do what they want to. All of a sudden, y'all being put down to the gun or y'all being kind of accused of something. No, leave my name out your mouth. You don't help me do anything, regardless of the fact when it come down to my family. So that shouldn't even be a conversation unless you give me some money. Let me see. Meek Mills, I gotta catch up on Meek Mills. Whatever he goes.
Meek Mill announced that he want to buy a house in Ghana and move over there.
Well, then let him do so. Because they did chase his behind up that daggone, it wasn't even a ladder. That was a whole wall that he crawled up out of. And I think they stole his phone. So if he want to do that, then go make amends over there. Like I'm not just because you jumped over a bridge, that don't mean I gotta jump over a bridge. You do you, whatever. Terrance Howard, yeah, they should never have ridiculed him of saying that. Some of feel as though I should pay taxes. They did that with Wesley Snipes and everybody else we know. So they're just making him. Yeah, I'm sick of them using our men as a tool. And then within that, DJ, I would like to say I did move, and while me moving, it's the same thing every damn where. Excuse my language, Newstoter. I'm trying not to cuss. So it's the same thing everywhere. Like, I'm in the community right now, and ain't nothing but a whole bunch of more foreigners with the Asians. It just seemed like a whole bunch of group of people being enslaved all over again, but who got money, type things like that. Everybody think they better. But it's the same trash everywhere you go. I don't care if I was in North Orange, East Orange, Velvet, it's everywhere. So when I hear certain people get up over here on this app talking about, oh, this is happening in my town. Yeah, everywhere in the state of New Jersey. Yeah, everybody's including us out. And that's just what it is. That's reality. We got to still pay the same rent, the same mortgage, the same whatever. Only thing is different. I'll tell you about that later. Don't let people lie to you. Far as I would say, when I be getting up on this app and then I hear people saying, oh, I'm from Africa and they so proud. If you're so proud, where are you running? Where are you running from? You got the whole continent. I could.
My bad, sister. Go ahead. I had to move up.
I'm sorry. No, I'm going to just, stop. Basically, the end of the point of the stick is it's everywhere. And I don't know why people have this talk to us, like they want to talk down on us, knowing that they messed up every single place where they at. And that's why in the world, you run up over here. As in, from now on, when people start talking up on this app, talking about something, I ain't from such and such, and they so proud, then what you running from? And that's how I look at it. I don't care if I'm from the hood all the way up in the damn sticks. Motherfuckers are still running, regardless. They running from something.
Language.
But I'm going to stop right there. That's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you, Shantae. Thank you. I see we got my girl Trouble up here. Trouble, what's up?
Hey, Newstoter. Not a whole lot. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm doing all right. So shout out to everybody in the room. Let's see the topics. Black men in the GOP. I think whatever black men want to do, I think they should absolutely damn well do it. And don't worry about who it pisses off. Most of the people that stay being pissed off are the selected black speaker that they selected for us through the media. Anyhow, whether it's a black male or especially black women, those people don't speak for the average black person out here in the streets and the streets, the ones who's getting it out the mud, the ones who, they don't really speak for us. They're the ones who've been selected to speak for us. And so them being pissed off and feeling some ways and the rhetoric that comes behind whatever it is black men choose to do is scripted. It always has been. And so they can continue their narrative, and I just implore black men to make their mark, however they want to make their mark. The one thing that annoys me about it is the fact that black men have overwhelmingly voted Democrat for as long as, they've been voting for Democrats. They've given them their vote just in as high numbers as black women have. When you look at their percentages, sometimes it's only within a 5% range They don't take that into account, let alone do they take into account that they've displaced our brothers, more of our brothers' voting privileges than any other race. So we have a lot of our black men in prison. We have a lot of our black men that's on the street that is not able to vote. Somebody said earlier that black women was taking their men to the polls and they were voting how the women does, and I don't think that's true. That's cap. As Toter had stated, black men were the ones who got the right to vote first. And so it normally works, whereas the man leads and, he sets the tone, and we're in a day and age where people are doing their own thing. They vote how they want to now. But I've been an active voter for a long time. My husband hasn't been. And there was a reason why he wasn't an active voter, because he couldn't. But now that he's gained his privileges to vote back again, there's nobody that he would like to give his vote to. And so if there is, it would probably be for the GOP, but he's not wasting his time doing that. So we're at an impasse, because for a long time I was a Democratic voter, and now I'm not there anymore. So his thing is now, stop playing into these people's systems. And I've been hard-headed for a long time. I will still go and still vote in my local election, and I might continue to vote in my local elections. I haven't been recently because there wasn't anyone to vote for, but I'm starting to listen to more of his word because it's starting to make more sense to me. I go and vote on every initiative that they put on the ballot, but as far as the candidates in town, I no longer fool up with that, and I don't feel bad about it. And that's really listening to the things that my husband has been saying over the years about these Democrats and knowing what I know about both parties. So I don't think necessarily women are leading their men by the noses to the polls and saying, you vote for Democrats. I just think that a lot of people are just used to voting for Democrats, period. I heard some Republican guy, he just switched over to Republican, but he was a Democrat. He's running for Congress or whatever he's running for. And he stated that, when we're born into the Democratic Party, and he was tired of that narrative. And so he switched over because he realized that they didn't have his values. And so that's what I want all of our people to understand. We don't owe the Democratic Party our loyalty. It is absolutely okay to go and vote for another team. And it is absolutely okay to stay the hell home and give them the middle finger. Or it's okay to go and write your own name in the ballot. Because if I go, I might vote for me for president. So black men, do what you do. And us black women out here, we got you 100%. Meek Mill trying to draw attention off them freaky deaky claims that him and academics was going about online the other day. So I feel like he's just saying anything right now to draw the attention away from that. Them little, I don't want to go there, but, So I think he's just trying to draw attention off of that. Brother, if you want to go to Ghana, to Africa, any other part, ain't nobody stopping. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. I mean, more than welcome to go. But in the voice of Tony Montana, you hate us today, man. You'll be back tomorrow. You love us again tomorrow. So you leave today, you be back tomorrow. So do what you do. But I think that's all capped. In the words of my teenagers, that's cap. That's cap. Terrance Howard, though, Terrance made a good point. There was some validity in what he said as far as black folks. That's a reparationist type of thing he was throwing out as far as black people not paying taxes because of what all our ancestors been through. There's some validity there, but as an American, we all have to pay taxes. And brother, if I gotta pay taxes, you gotta pay taxes too. You just mad because you tried to get away from paying your taxes, and they caught up with you. Because evading paying taxes, and because he wasn't showing up to court, they threw those extra little couple of dollars on him. So now you want to throw that Negro thing up in there, which a lot of celebrities love to do when that calling card comes in. And so I don't have time for celebrities anymore trying to gain sympathy or trying to garner, whatever support they can through the black community through our talking points when it suits them. But they're silent on these issues any other time. So now that you owe taxes and you have to pay them, now all of a sudden, you want to throw that black talk about what our ancestors, how we A, B, and C. You might be right in what you're saying, but get your behind up to that courthouse and pay them darn taxes, baby, or go talk to Wesley Snipes and find out what he had to go through. And so I'll land right there.
All right. Thank you, Trouble. Thank you. Let me go ahead and originally I saw your hand up, but then you put it down. So I don't know if you wanted to speak or not. Now we go ahead and Go ahead.
I was giving Trevor the 100. I hit the hand by mistake.
Oh, okay. I saw your hand up there. I said, oh, original put it down. I said, I don't know if he wants to speak or not, but okay. Shout out. I see no taxation coming up in here as well, too. Go ahead, DJ. You got it.
Right on time. Now you in trouble. Now. Trouble because taxation in the building. I ain't paid my taxes in 2 years. Screw Ukraine. Oh, Russia went. You know what I'm saying? Putin writes Nazis down there, son. What you paying your taxes for a tax return? You know what I'm saying? You can make that up by filing a 1099, just going to give them what they got to get. And not even go to work. That's the case. But at the end of the day, no taxation without representation. That's been the law for as long as I've been studying in history class. You know what I mean? If you're not representing me, I'm not effing with you in that way. Nor do I owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? So that was good. I didn't get a chance to speak in Terrance out because that's what I was going to say. But it just happened to land that way. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Tax. You got it.
How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up now?
How you doing?
Good. Well, the white folks is on the run, and the white folks is scaring me, and the white folks is just doing too much, and they always into something, dismembering bodies and all that old kind of stuff. So I decided I would start smoking weed.
That was for you.
You got the weed, I got the blood.
That was for you, DJ. I knew you were gonna pick up on that.
Trouble, get the lighter, Trouble.
Yeah, no, for real though. Four whites dismembered 2 people and scattered their body parts all over. 4 whites on Long Island. I thought they was gonna be those immigrants, but they was white. I said, yeah, the white folks do it too. You know.
Hey, they related to Jimmy Hoffa? They related to Hoffa?
You know, the white was they like to do shit like that, so they welcome them immigrants.
Oh, watch the language.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, is them folks related to Jimmy Hoffa? Let's go.
Black men and GOP. What's wrong with that? Y'all don't want me to go there. Black men have a right to whatever politics they determine is right for themselves. Period. Point it to the blank. If everybody else in America can choose their politics, why can't the black man? That's what I want to know. And they can do whatever they want. And that's what they can do. And can't nobody stop them. How about that? Meek Mill and Ghana. I didn't see Meek Mill about Ghana, but you know, Meek, I don't know. Meek is gone. You know, they got too much dirt on him. He's all in Diddy's court documents and people suing him and all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we got behind Meek when he was in prison. He was being treated unfairly. And now I'm wondering, is that how he got out? Because the first thing he did when he got out was go over there with Jay-Z, and him and Jay-Z and a couple of others gave that white man that car that he wanted. Y'all remember that? So after that, I was through. Terrance Howard and taxes. Well, no taxation without reparations. Here's the thing. Terrance Howard is on to something. He really is. And going up against the IRS, that ain't no easy feat. And everybody loses. So we're going to see what happens. He said he's going to leave the country. He said, they said he owed $700,000 or $800,000, close to $1 million. And he said he going to take his money and get up out of here. And I wouldn't blame him if he did, because he's absolutely correct. Black people in America, if you have a certain income, 6 figures, 7 figures, yeah, go ahead and pay your taxes. But if you ain't got that, we ain't got no business paying no taxes. What we paying taxes on? What we paying taxes for? We paying taxes when we go buy bread.
Let's go.
See, we pay taxes every time we purchase something. So it's not like we don't put in the resources that we take out. We do that. The problem is the people on Capitol Hill not listening. That's the problem. The problem is not Terrance Howard. The problem is the system. And we got to remember that. And of course, you know, I don't tell anybody who to get behind, you know, especially when they're celebrities and stuff like that. And, you know, that kind of stuff to make a certain amount of income. But what I am saying is that's food for thought for us all. if you own your own business, April the 15th means a lot to you, because what people don't understand is April 15th is the deadline for people who own. It's not the deadline for the people who are old. And so, those of us in our own business, we start scrambling in December to get ready to pay, because we know we're going to get hit. And so, that's something to think about. So let's not throw him to the side. Let's not cast him to the side. The other thing I want to say is I hope everybody going to DC. If you can't get there, put that 3 to 5 minute little speech in and send it on over there to Talent, New Negro and stuff. We have to get as many voices as we possibly can. That's the most important thing y'all can really do for April the 15th. If you can't make it, at least be a participant from where you are, because you can still do that by sending in the video. And and this is what I said to Talent, everybody needs to take the questions. What does reparations look like to you? And we'll get all these different opinions and stuff. And so that, from us, man, it's just us. And so, that'll be a good look, and it'll be a good thing, because we can show by those audios and those visuals, we can show power who the real voters are. And that's what's so important this time of the year, because they're looking for the black vote. They know they're losing, and everybody wanted. We ain't sitting in the catbird seat, so we need to press forward and push forward and shake our fingers in these white folks' faces and tell them if they don't cut the check immediately, baby, won't be no vote. Won't be no votes. I'm on that original plan. Me and original, we ain't lost nothing. Okay? And I'm going to leave it there. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, No Taxation. Good to hear from you tonight as well, too. We got quite a few people over there on YouTube. For you guys that might be new to the channel on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell as well, too, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. Go ahead and like tonight's broadcast. Leave a comment. We appreciate it. All my people over here on X that have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, that's up in the Jumbotron as well, too, guys. We need that support as well, too. We need at least $1 donation tonight from somebody. So if you can donate on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. And once again, we have the Newstoter membership. It's in full effect, guys. So we need some signups. We got a couple today. We do have the Newstoter membership for as low as $1.50 a month. You can support Newstoter with a reoccurring payment from PayPal, guys. So as low as $1.50 a month, you can support the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation platform today. But for those that do not sign up, guys, you can still support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Let me get the Aunt Lie, how you doing tonight? Yeah.
Peace by power and reparations. I be doing 15 million things. I just want to say, I came to start some stuff just because I'm bored.
What stuff is that?
I just have a quick question, because I'm listening, but I'm really not listening. So, in regards to Terrance Howard paying his taxes, he's right in what he said, because we shouldn't have taxes. The fact that we are paying people to unalive us and paying people to violate us consistently is beyond me, because they expect us to pay and be law-abiding citizens, and they are continuing to put Vaseline on us and do us any kind of way. So he said what he said, which was true. I want some of those almost, because they out there rabbit mind at the fact that they think they can do this. And somebody was saying how he thinking he coming back to us. I mean, that's good and dandy, but I mean, he ain't telling no lies. In regards to Meek Mill, I feel like I have a heart for him, for justice. But I feel like maybe he on that stuff and we just don't know about it. And we just gotta pray for those people with, who've gone through mental health issues and things like that, because it's serious. Because when we see it, we don't think of it as an issue, but he has a lot of trauma in his life, and maybe he going through it. In regards to the black men in the GOP, I'm confused. I'm confused.
This is just about you got a number of black men that's leaning towards a Republican, so it's pretty much that.
And the issue that I have with that, and the reason why I'm confused, is because I feel like that the men who are leaning that way are doing it out of emotion, not out of logic. And you're not supposed to act out of emotion. You're never supposed to do something with your emotion. You're supposed to do things natural, reasonable, and logical. And I feel as though, again, I said I was going to start some stuff. It should be taken personal. To vote for another party just because you assume that they are going to do something that they have not done in no way, shape, or form, but because they say the words, we are pro-border candidates, and their actions is totally opposite of that, is beyond, like, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Excuse me, I hope hell is not a curse, but it makes no sense. So I feel as though it's a lot of emotion where they feel as though they don't have a voice. And they are mad at the Democrats, rightfully so, because we all know that the Democrats ain't ish, ain't never gonna be ish, and they mamas ain't ish. So the feeling of the Democrats is what it is. But to think that the opposite of that, which is actually the same, is the solution to the problem, is ludicrous. And I feel as though the emotions behind that choice is the actions behind that choice is emotions, not logic. Because there's no one in their right mind will ever look at any of those parties after what both of those parties have done to us as a people and say, you know what, I'm going to go with this one because of their stance on border policy or whatever, and that's not really their stance. They talk a game. They talk about it, but they don't be about it. They're the ones who are making sure that they ship illegal to cities so they won't get kicked out. They are ensuring the fact that they stay in the United States. Because I don't know about you, but if somebody come in my house, I'm not going to say, you know what, you stay here for 30 days, go to the DMV, change your license, and get a license here. Now you're a resident. I'm not going to make you the code. These people are being taken to. It's people on planes. I got a girlfriend in Colorado, and they're in planes. They're out there with social workers. They shipping them. They doing all kinds of stuff. They doing human trafficking, and it's done. And I'm not going to say it's just the Republican Party, but for the Republican Party to then say we are against this. If you are so against it, why are you shipping them to cities so you know they can't get kicked out? It don't even make sense to me. It's not logical or reasonable to think that the party who controls business, who is in corporations, making sure they get the tax, who want the cheap labor, who when people in this country said we want $15 an hour, they said, all right, cool, we got something for you. Now we're going to ship these immigrants in, we're going to get these automation, so now you go to McDonald's, you ain't even talking to a person because we're not paying y'all $15 an hour, and then we're going to get Jorge and Julio in here, and we're really not going to pay them because they illegal, so they ain't got nobody to complain to. So I don't know. I mean, I love my black man. I'm going to always support y'all, but I feel like that's not a solution to the problem. Matt Turner, I'm going to give him a shout out. That's a solution to the problem. But to think that going with the lesser of two evils, you still going for evil. To feel the way about the Democrats, that's cool. But to think that the GOP is a solution to that problem, I don't get it. And I understand why people don't want to be a Democrat. But I feel like black people not understanding the power that we have as a people and the things that we have done. And what we have always done is go against the grain. And the fact that we're saying, okay, we're going to stick with this one because this one ain't ish when both of them ain't ish is, I don't know. I'll never understand. I'll never understand when somebody say, well, when Trump was here, we had money. And what people are not realizing is that when Obama was a president for 8 years, the things that he put in place it takes time for those things to take in effect. It don't happen. He signs something, he does something, we get a surplus. Because before he got in office, we understand the undertaking that he had. So by the time he left, of course, it was a turnaround. So when you have 45 there, you're reaping all the benefits Not that I'm a Democrat. Trust and believe it's not even that tight. But you're reaping the benefits of the previous administration. That's why you're suffering. So under Trump, it was a certain place, it was a certain way, because under the previous president, those policies are finally getting it. It don't happen overnight. People think a law change and it takes, like even the $15 an hour. They signed the $15 an hour in law years ago. It's just starting to take effect because it doesn't happen overnight. So I feel like that's the illusion of people not really understanding how it works. Millions of people died, were unalive under Trump because of his stance on the pandemic. It's nothing on one hand, and are forgetting that they are totally blind to the charges, the 91 charges. They are blind to the AS that he's convicted of. They are blind to the fact that he don't pay old girl money. They are blind to all the things that he's doing and saying that they are for him. It's, hey. And I feel like, not that black men know better, but we as a people know what we have to do in this situation. And for them I feel like it's out of desperation for them to feel like they have to do something, and they just want to stick it to the man, and they feel like by going to a person who also hates them, I don't understand how that's a solution. So I'm going to dock my boat and fold my chair, and don't get at me because I'm sensitive about my ish. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Aunt Lot. Thank you. Cadillac, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thanks for letting me speak. I was on the back end listening because hey, I ain't really to it. All this shit can be toxic like Clubhouse. But I disagree with a lot of what the sister was saying, but I understand her stances and everything. I just had to come and give my own response. Just so it is options out here.
Hey, watch the language too, Cadillac. What's good?
I got you. First of all, I was in prison with a dude. I did 12 years in the feds. I was in prison with a dude who ran for president for the last 20, 30 years. Right? He didn't get enough votes, but understand this. No matter what Donald Trump has been convicted of or accused of or whatever, all these federal charges, he can still be elected president and still pardon himself. So all the little stuff that they cooking up, they don't need that. They're just smoking mirrors. All right. Not to say that he ain't guilty or he is guilty. I'm just saying, because I think it's all, he could have did the same thing to them while he was in there, and I fought him for that because they got a lot of stuff, Democrats. Y'all don't know about them laptops, Hillary Clinton laptops. Piece of gate. Yeah, all of it. So it's all kind of stuff he could have did to them, and I fought him for not doing the same thing to them because it's never been done in history what they actually doing to him. So that's one point. Another point. Black men are voting on Trump's side now because tangibles were included the last time he was running, right? Tangibles. We ain't vote for him out of emotions or because we feel like, oh, this is the right man and he gonna do, or we just need to go. We'll sit at home. Like, we understand that these people on the Democrat side ain't doing that for us. We also understand that the Republicans not. We not voting for Republicans. We vote for Trump. We vote for the nigga who talking about he got some for us. My bad, y'all. But the guy who talked about he got some tangibles for us, and we can use them in our life tomorrow if they get executive ordered in or the government shut down till y'all sign the bill or however they got to do it. He talking about doing it. The Democrats are talking about doing that. Nothing. So for us to even consider going and voting for somebody that I already told they're gonna do nothing for, that's emotional because you're emotionally tied to this party, knowing that these people ain't got nothing for you. Got billions going to immigrants, got billions going to Ukraine, billions going to Afghanistan, all these different issues they got, foreign aid, Africa, they got billions going to everybody, but they ain't got 50 cents for us, and we paying the taxes. That's our money. That's our money that they spend, that they send it over there. So for us to sit back and be shamed into, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing for you too. I don't trust them. Well, guess what? I don't trust none of them. But ain't none of them talking about giving us nothing. Besides this one person that we know,
Just like they had a space last night, like, Nikki Haley or whatever they lady name is, the little racist white lady.
Mahadatata.
I don't know her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She's whooping Trump. She bowed out. Come on, man. This is just yeah. They just be smoking during the whole thing. Just, bro, I don't get you people who. Another thing about us voting for these people, we understand that these people, the Democrats, put policies in place that I served their prison sentence up under Joe Biden bill. You get what I'm saying? They got billions of dollars for the prison system. They ain't got nothing for the average black man walking around every day. I tell these people this every day in my life. We got a sheriff's election, the black sheriff and the white sheriff, right? The black sheriff won the race by one vote, so they have to do a re-election. But the whole wild black sheriff ain't coming out telling the black people nothing specifically he gonna do for them to vote for him. Besides him being black, they got a little thing about stop and frisk or whatever. Well, the white man said that he's going to implement stop and frisk, and the black man said that stop and frisk should be used only in certain ways type shit. You know what I mean? So, but stop and frisk is stop and frisk. If it's unconstitutional, it's unconstitutional. That's the same thing. Oh, man, the best of I'm going to go with the best of two evils. Both evils. I'm going to go, come on, bro. Like, are we still playing this game? Like, bro, stop and frisk is stop and frisk. But what else do he got? He ain't right in the community, getting out to meet the people, going door to door, and, asking people, what's your issue? How can I do to help? What y'all want? You know what I mean? Like, he over $75 million budget every year. All this $75 million going for police and here, sheriff, right? So that's going to go towards the sheriff department and operate that. Well, I mean, you're not preventing any crimes. You're not preventing any unalivings of black youth here in the community. Nowhere. They not preventing none of it. I don't care where you live in. They ain't got no 50 cents toward preventing that's going toward the people that's in the community who can actually influence and actually go out there and it's just a little term that they call community-oriented policing. They call it the COPS program, right? Around here, I don't know if y'all got it in y'all states and cities, whatever. But community-oriented policing means people in the community should police the community, right? So if you got influence, you got black dealers, you got ex-drug dealers, you got guys who actually stand up, you got advocates who advocate this. You should pay them people to go out there and it be their job to literally stop the killings, stop the, my bad, I don't know if that word could be used or not, but I'm just saying, like, you got people in the community that can do that stuff, bro. Ex-gang members, ex-leaders, ex-drug dealers, people who still got a lot of influence in all our communities. Why y'all not paying these people to go out here and do conflict resolution with the kids that's dying in the streets? Why y'all not? Y'all don't pay them 50 cents, but you want them to get out here and do it for free, and then y'all pull up and y'all get the bag for it, from the judge to the prosecutor to the jail to the police to everybody else. Why y'all can't do that? Because they're going to keep doing the same thing. They keep their pockets full and keep us in a private position that keeps the crime rates up. So we will stay doing what we're doing because we're in poverty. They know poverty creates crime. So we still doing the same things in the civil rights movement and ain't nothing changed. When we going to actually go out here and make people do something different, that's what we voting for. For people who going to get out here and make changes. So it ain't about emotion. People out here literally, get took out every day, kids. And everybody sit back and point the finger, ain't nothing we can do about it. Oh, we ain't got the money to do this. It ain't in the budget. Woo, woo, woo. I advocate for trade schools too. Because if the kids within trade schools, they'll be out here building the community up. They'll be out here apprenticing so they can make some money while they in school. Now they ain't in the streets. Now they ain't in the thug life. You get what I'm saying? I tell the politicians this all the time. They tell me they ain't got the money for that. But you got money for illegal immigrants. You got money for Ukraine. You got billions for everybody. Us. They ain't got nothing. Black men are sick and tired of it. So don't try to shame us into, ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you. So no, guess what? We gonna do something for us. We gonna get out here, we gonna make them do what we want to do, or we gonna get them out the way. You know what I'm saying? With the vote. So I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you're talking like I'm talking, and I'm understanding what you're understanding, you pro reparations, you pro black people, black Americans in particular. I don't care about the black people. I'm talking about the black Americans who live here, who from here. Then I don't care what party you're in. The red, the blue, the green, the white, the yellow, the GD, the vice lord. I don't care what party you in, what party you want, preacher, a teacher, a judge, a lawyer. If you're talking like me, then I'm with you. If you're not, get the fuck out the way. Excuse me, y'all. Get out my way because you in the way and you perpetuate the problem. I land. Thanks for letting me speak, bro.
All
Can
right.
I please say something really quick? I just want to say something because he just proved my point with saying his emotions.
Okay, really quick.
I just want to say he proved my point when he said that Trump is saying that he's going to do things for them. And in the words of Janet Jackson, what has he done for us lately? Trump was in office for 4 years. So now that he is no longer in office, he is sitting here saying, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." It's emotions. Because don't tell me what you is, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You didn't do it when he was there. When he was there, can you please tell me what he did? He did absolutely nothing for black people. And the fact that now he's saying, "Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." He was willing to have a conversation with Ice Cube. That's it. And I'm not saying that is not anything, but just because he was having a comment, they don't care. They're pandering to you. And I just want you to understand, I'm not trying to shame you into your vote. I just want you to see the forest for the trees and understand when somebody is trying to play you like a sucker, because you can't tell me you was in office for he had 4 years to do something for black people, and he did nothing. All he did was set up photo ops with the black colleges and make sure that he appoint white judges on the benches to make sure that you're disenfranchised for 40 to 50 years. So now he's talking again, and again, he's a talker. He's from New York. They got game. Of course they can say stuff and sound good, but at the end of the words of Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? And what has he done for black people besides put in the ad to make sure that 5 innocent young black people he has done nothing. So for me to say, well, I'm going to vote for him this time because he said he was going to do, it don't even make sense. It's about emotions. But I love you. Power to the people. Vote for whoever you feel you voting for. But I just want you to understand what it really is. And I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, a master's in political science and public affairs. And I was a probation officer for 9 years. And I was a social worker for 7. So I'm not saying this out of emotion. I'm saying this based off of facts. But I love you. Peace, black power, and reparation.
All right.
Can I respond real quick, bro? Just real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, so people don't understand that in order to get elected into office, you got to have a political base, right? Your political base, who was his? His political base was racist white folks. That's who elected him. So if he had to do anything for anybody, he had to do it for his base, right? But then at the end of that term, he came out, and that's when he said that, yeah, I'm gonna help you guys if y'all vote for me. We didn't vote for him. He didn't have nothing. He didn't owe us 50 cents. Probably 10% of us voted for this man. So for us to get in here and expect, oh, he's just lying and he ain't gonna do this, he ain't owe us nothing. We ain't do nothing for him. We didn't come through. So how you gonna go out and pander to somebody who you already know don't give a fuck about you? Excuse me, I apologize. Don't care about you and not your base. The same racist white folk, you think they went out in the same numbers once they found out that he had something for us? They cut back on him too. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, like, you gotta be with your base. But then if y'all come out and vote for me and big numbers are the numbers that give me over the top, he said he had some for us. Did we see that? We don't know, because guess what? We didn't vote for him. So to say that what coulda, shoulda, woulda, we don't know. But hey, it's on the table now, and I'm gonna go with the coulda, shoulda, woulda, because I know with the other folks on the other side, the Democrats, we ain't got nothing coming. So I'd rather take a chance, take a risk. That's the only way, even in business and anything you do. If you don't take a risk, you ain't gonna get nothing anyway. So I'm looking at it logically, not emotionally. I think.
All right. Thank you, Cadillac. We go ahead and get to no taxation. No taxation. Go ahead.
Hey, I forgot what I was gonna say. Y'all done took me down a whole different road. I think Aunt Lai said something. Oh, and it purely about politics. Where we are now, in the black folks, I'm talking about us, because y'all know whenever I say black folks, I'm old now. I can't keep up with all the different names. But anyway, us, and you know who I'm talking about. this is what they do to us when it comes time for them to keep their seat of power and that check they got coming in and all those benefits and everything they get. And everybody fights for their money, right? So they're no different. The difference is that they have access to millions of dollars to persuade people one way or the other, okay, for that vote, which leads to the Electoral College in this instance. And then, that leads to the Oval Office. Who's going to take the Oval Office? Here's the thing. You got to understand, and this is what I want y'all to get. Because people have money and because people have power, they're still people. And so they think like humans. They don't think like anything different than what you and I think, right? So if you had an opportunity to have a seat of power and get back at people that are fleecing you, people that have set you up to lose money, millions of dollars, keep you in court fighting for every nickel and dime and everything that you have, and putting out most of it propaganda, some of it truth, and highlighting the bad and not the good. If you win, what would you do to those people? Turn your back and say, oh, I'm going to let it go? Probably not. See? And so that's what will happen if Trump gets in office. He is going to spend time getting his revenge and getting his paperwork back in order. And I would too if it was me. Okay? So we can't expect much on either side because we know what the other side looks like. So what do we do? And that's the question that you all have to answer. The question is, what do we do? And if we don't do it in mass and in numbers, y'all know the story. But I will say this. When you press them for the deal to come on the table now. Don't say I'll vote for you if. No, I want to see what you're going to do for me now. Put it in writing now. Do something now before the vote. And let them sweat it out. See what happens. I don't know. It's it's 6 in one and half a dozen in the other, if you understand what I'm saying. And I'm going to leave it there. And let me add this, since nobody's talking. Mr. Cadillac, I would invite you to do a 3 to 5 minute video clip and speak on the topic of mass incarceration, because it seems like haven't been in the system, okay? And I was in the system, but I was on the other side. I did drug and alcohol counseling. So it would be great if you could do that 3 to 5 minute video and send it over there to New Negro. And I'm going to take a screenshot and send his stuff and have him go look you up so you could say something about that in as it regards to reparations, because all of that needs to be on the table. See, a lot of stuff Trump did the first step and he did the federal prisons. He didn't touch the private ones. We need somebody to touch the private ones because that's where the money is at. That's why they keep them in the system on the private side. But anyway, that would be a great thing because we need that as well. Everybody needs to come to the table and everybody needs to put their hands on the deck and do something, even if it's the video. Okay? And I'm going to leave it there.
All right. Thank you. No taxation. Cadillac, you go ahead and then DJ, and then we're going to get ready to close it out for the night.
All right, I just want to put some numbers with that, in the back of my claim. It ain't my claim, right? It's what Trump knows. 500 billion businesses. He got another $400+ billion for other stuff that, specifically for Black Americans. Like, that's almost $1 trillion. That's almost $1 trillion. Imagine if we had no access to pretty much. I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna say we have a small percentage of bank loans and stuff like that, grants and stuff like that.
You know, imagine we running around here with access to almost $1 trillion. The average everyday Joe walking around here, set up an LLC for $400, go pull 100, 200,000, and you ain't got to pay it back.
It'll change your life overnight.
Exactly. It'll change the world overnight, but we the ones. So for me to even consider going to some people who telling me and showing me that I got money for all this other stuff, but y'all ain't got nothing coming. Go try to get one off your credit. Go try to get one. You better have some A1. Go try to get it however you can get it. Get it out the mud like you've been doing since you've been here, or since we've been here. You know what I mean? So for this man to come and say this, I don't see how could anybody have another option. You don't have an option. You don't have an option. The option is go with the bag or go with nothing. Go with poverty. Go with death, destruction, everything we've been experiencing since we've been here. We can defend ourselves with that now. Because guess what? I could buy me a good lawyer if some bull crap happens. I could go out, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's so much stuff that, like, we can't even imagine having that type of money or access to. You get what I'm saying? Because we haven't never been there before. And so to tell me that the other side telling me we ain't got nothing for you, or we'll talk to you later, and ain't talk to us yet, talk down to us. You better get with them immigrants, these Hispanics. That's what you better do. Because we finna flood this thing, which he didn't say, but which he did. You know what I mean?
And you ain't black if you don't vote for me.
And gave them all the resources. They getting billions of dollars of resources that we still ain't got access to. And y'all trying to tell me that I got a choice? Oh, I'm emotional. I feel some type of way, so I'm going to go with the other side. I'm not going with the other side. I'm going with the man with the plan. And if I find some more of them in there on whatever side, I'm going with them. I don't care who they work for. They could be from Mars, from Jupiter, from Uranus. I don't care. I land.
Pause, noise.
All right, appreciate that, Cadillac. Go ahead, DJ. You go ahead and get ready to close it out. You get the last word in.
Hey, that pretty much said it all. Why I don't pay taxes? You know what I'm saying? Like, giving all the money away. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in the hood right now. There's money out here, but it ain't on the block right now. People broke. Yeah. I don't know if y'all really understand this. You know what I'm saying? Jokers is hurting. I ain't just talking black Americans. These white folks are really feeling it. They are feeling it. And I'm just sitting back in this good purple haze taxation. You know what I'm saying? That you got me. Appreciate it. You feel me?
I got to make a trip to Jersey.
I came out here. Shout out to the homies on the Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to the dispensary. They look. See, that's another thing. Let's talk about that, right? So we understand the disparities around the weed and everything that we went through, right? So why is it out here in Jersey tax, right? When they first started to put the licenses out, I'm knocked out sleep. You know, I'm up all night. You know what I mean? My phone going crazy like 11 in the afternoon. What the heck everybody calling me for? You know what I mean? My friends calling me, my family. What did something happen? I'm thinking I'm about to go crazy. You know what I mean? Yo, get your butt downtown. Go to Lincoln Park. They doing license applications for the weed. Man, if y'all, I'm hanging up. Y'all don't get out my face with that. I don't got $5 million laying around to go apply for the license. To apply, I need $5 million. Y'all get out of here, man. I know I got the landscape agriculture degree and I studied this stuff. You know, I'm the weed man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got no bread laying around for that. You know what I'm saying? So
What you got them doing in New York, at the growers in New York, they got programs and they slide them in there and they got them out in the field.
oh yeah, there you go.
They ain't got nobody in management. I've been watching. You know, I'm keeping my eye out because in a minute I smell a lawsuit somewhere. Somewhere there's a lawsuit for this to set precedents to say that the people that have been harmed have to take a front row seat. It's industry. Because that's what it is. Industry. The only thing is for New York to do something to these banks to get it in here. That's all they waiting on.
Right.
It's about the banking system at this point. It ain't about They once they do that, they'll take it out of the DSM and they'll take everything out. It's kept in where people this as a psychology or a science degree. They used to use
for treatment in psychology and psychiatry. Don't let them fool you here. Now it's an industry after they done locked up every black man and woman in town.
Right. So just to close out real quick, just to piggyback off what you said. So I also ain't doing no jury duty. Don't call me for that. I'm not mentally fit to go to jury duty. Why? Same as Cadillac. I'd never been rehabilitated post-prison. So where did my agricultural degree come from? Yarsville. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go. You know what I mean? So, hey, you want me to pay taxes? Make sure I got money coming in on my business. You feel what I'm saying? You want me to pay taxes? Make sure that, it's housing out here for my people. Because we see you giving it to everybody else. You know what I mean? Well, you want me to pay taxes? Okay, no problem. Make sure we ain't out here just getting systematically locked up with just stop and frisk, which, New York has already been sued by the state of New Jersey over that for stopping Muslim people coming from New York because they work over there but live in New Jersey. So with that being said, they ain't paying no damn taxes for what? For a punk ass return that you could go out and make in the street and get something. Man, you're giving all this bread away because, again, we're the worker bees. We pay taxes on time. White folks don't pay their taxes. Go ahead, man.
Hey, real quick, hold on, real quick, because I saw Rerod. She was up here, but she must have dropped now. So, FBA Goddess, I saw you came up here. Did you want to say something real quick?
Not yet. I'm eating.
Oh, okay, because we're gonna be. No, I just said that because we're gonna be getting ready to close it out. That's why. Cadillac, I'll let you go ahead and get it in, and then we're gonna get ready to close it out in a second. Now.
Hey, I just wanted to say thank you to Sister No Taxation for all the ideas that she gave. I appreciate it. And thanks for all the discussion to everybody who contributed. I appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate it. Glad to hear from you tonight. So I guess FBA Goddess say she
probably wanted to speak on the weed situation because she out there in California. So
I think she must have left the space though.
Yeah, her phone probably janky. She got part of the janky crowd. You know what I'm saying? Trouble, On Live, Black Majority. You know what I'm saying? Who else got janky phone up ahead? You know what I'm saying? Ray, your joint be janky sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, brother. Congratulations on your schooling and all that. You know what I mean? Word, who else got janky phone up ahead? You know what I mean? I don't really see too many janky phones up here. Diane, your phone must be janky too because you don't ever come up here, sister. No more talk. Oh, I can't even hear you, trouble. I can't. Look, you talking all that blue. No, I'm saying.
It's always the nigga with the 19. Phone that got something to say about somebody.
Cannot communicate. No reception.
All righty. Well, I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and get ready to shut it down for the night, guys. We'll definitely we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, I see Rerod, she's back in here, but she dropped now, so I don't know if she maybe was having some issues with her phone. So I guess she can always catch us in the next space if she. Okay, there she go. Go ahead and try to get in here real quick. All right, and real quick, guys, like I said too, check your DMs. I sent y'all some DMs. We're trying to get some members on the platform as well too, guys. So like I say, the cost is cheap. It's $1.50 at the minimum. That just to be a Newstoter member or contributor. So we definitely need that support, guys. $1.50 for those that can afford it. We can't go no less than $1.50. So definitely for those that can support it, check your DM. We hit you up in the last space, guys. We definitely need some support. But go ahead, Rerod, you got it.
Hey, Newstoter, DJ, taxation, Goddess Trouble, all y'all, everybody in the space. Thank you for allowing me to come up to speak. So I'll just start with black men in the GOP. I just feel like this is just like some gender shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, sorry for cussing. It's like some gender stuff. Like when they came out with no voting, no bucking, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, black women made black men go to the poll. Listen, as a black woman, it just doesn't happen. I vote. My husband doesn't vote. Terrance Howard, I pay taxes. My husband don't pay his taxes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
shout out to Mr. That's my knacker.
Yeah, like they just try to make it seem like we are like the head of the household, and it's just not true. Black women are not the head of the household. We've never been the head of the household. Just like every other man on this planet, women can't tell them what to do. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. We either support it or we don't. And that's it. As far as Meek Mill, I agree with no taxation. Yeah, he's got to point the finger anywhere to get it off of his last week's shenanigans. Okay, because it was some shenanigans.
No slow-mo, sister, no slow-mo.
No slow-mo. I mean, I remember, if I recall, he went to jail for like some dog fighting or something like that, and then he got out. You know, now he's hanging out with P. Diddy, and I'm sorry, even if he hung out with P. Diddy back in the day, it's kind of sketchy. So maybe he does need to go to Ghana and just kind of like get back to himself. I mean, maybe that's what it's going to take, because over here, he's not going to have no peace. Everybody's going to know who he is. You know, maybe for him, that's what he needs to do. But I absolutely do agree that there's things that he could be doing here. He could create his own community here. He could create his own school. He could create whatever it was that he needs to create right here. So yes, it is a slap in the face for these Pan-Africans to be like, oh, I don't care about Black Americans. Let's go to Africa and build them up. So yeah, and then as far as Terrance Howard and taxes, right on. Okay, right on. And if he sticks to it, I think we should back him on that. Yeah, he, did his little stuff. He was gone, and, and they do that. And there was one thing that I wanted to say. Like, I'm convinced Black celebrities don't got no money. $700,000. I'm thinking he's like a billionaire, right? I'm thinking Terrance Howard is like a billionaire, millionaire. So $700,000 really shouldn't affect him like that. But clearly it does. I mean, when it comes to Black celebrities, I just don't think they have any money. I'm convinced they're all broke. And so I don't really try to jump on their bandwagons, but what he said was profound, and if he actually sticks to it and sues some people and does some things, then maybe, we can galvanize around this. But just making a statement like that really didn't mean much, because they all do this. And I think that I hit all of it, and I'll end with that. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Peace and blessings, reparations to the room.
All right. Thank you, Rerod. DJ, you want to say something really, really quick before I go ahead and close it up?
I got you. So the Meek Mill thing, right? So let's not forget, too, his incarceration and everything you seeing around his case or his situation of him being incarcerated was because he was on probation for like a decade, like well past his time of the charges that he was pled guilty to already and served time. He was on probation for like a decade for like some simple stuff that like only calls for like maybe 3 years of probation. So every time he out on tour, the judge seeing him riding forward while he's out somewhere he ain't supposed to be at. Well, that's against your probation. And you gonna lock me up for that, knowing I'm a star out here and that's what I'm doing stuff for the show and all this other stuff, or just having fun in general. So that right there is important. But I guess we could shout out Robert Kraft a little bit of the New England Patriots, Kraft Foods, you know what I mean? For sticking his 2 fingers up on the joint, you know what I'm saying? Or 2 cents in it, rather, you know what I mean? And, advocating on behalf of Meek Mill, as well as other people, you know what I'm saying? And, I saw that text, as well as other people.
When you said that, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, my bad, you know what I'm saying? No slow-mo, see that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that is true, though. So at the end, as far as Robert Kraft put his 2 cents down on it, so shout out to him, I guess. And that kind of got the ball rolling when Robert Kraft became an advocate for Meek Mill, and there was other people like Mark Wahlberg. There was a bunch of people, as you go back and look at that story, because it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? If you served whatever the crime was, you did your time, all that probation stuff should be over with. It shouldn't be no probation. You know what I'm saying? Unless you had a specific time and you got out of jail early, and then you serving your time on probation the rest of your time. That's the only time you need probation, whatever PTI, whatever it is. And then it was something else, Terrance Howard. So back to him real quick. He didn't get paid any post-residual money for the Hustle and Flow movie. That movie only cost a couple $1,000s to make. It made hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's still popular. It gets airplay. DVD still bought to this day is a popular underground movie. We all know that. He doesn't get any more money from that. Also, he didn't get paid correctly for Empire. Lucius Lyons now is the record kingpin, aka the Suge Knight of the TV. He wasn't getting paid correctly. And he got his lawyers filing a lawsuit because other people that was on the show, and this what don't make no sense why Taraji P. Henson ain't really saying nothing about that either. Because you see, she's still complaining we ain't getting paid fair as a actress in Hollywood. I ain't even gonna say black woman because we gotta stop separating ourselves like that. Like Ice Cube said, wait, well, hey, baby, because you black. So what does it matter if it's for black women or black men? We all the same folks coming from the same place, advocating for the same thing, resources. So at the end of the day, ain't no gender wars is the reroute. We don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you.
Can I ask a question real quick about Ghana? Ghana is not one of the countries that said, as far as they didn't, you would get locked up or whatever, or fined for being gay.
No, that's God. I don't want to say the wrong.
That might be Ghana. I think that's something new. I think.
Yeah, there was something new that came out. So if he doing any of that stuff that they say he doing, he ain't gonna be able to do none of that shit over there. They ain't gonna be able to do none of that stuff over there. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah,
I think Ghana did come out with some new law or something like that as well too. So that's what people online was talking about that as well too. So I believe it was actually Ghana, like you said. So we'll see. And like I said, I think that he was just pretty much trying to get away with all of the negative publicity he's been getting lately. So my thing is, if he really wants to move, then you don't have to, you got the money, you got the funds and everything else as well too. You go ahead and pack up. Yeah, you can pack. Huh?
Uganda.
Yeah, I know Uganda, but I think Ghana came out with something just this last week or two as well.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
When they announced that I'm pretty sure it was I think it was last week or a week before, one of the two.
Yeah, it was like last week. Aunt Lai, so you got.
Oh yeah, it is right here. Ghana is on here too. Parliament passed a strict new anti-LGBTQ whatever legislation to extend sentences to expand scope. Yeah.
Aunt Lai, I'm gonna let you real quick because I'm getting ready to close the space out. So I'll let you go for 1 minute only, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit that mute button on you, and we're gonna close it out.
Okay, I just want to say, when he was talking about Meek Mill case, Meek Mill was incarcerated on false charges. He didn't even do the crime in the first place to be placed on probation for 10 years. So the trauma that he went through, being wrongly accused, wrongly arrested, then convicted of a crime you did not commit, and then traumatized for 10 years for not even violating probation, but it was the fact that he was getting charged with violation for things he didn't even do was violated. What happened to him is a travesty. And I'll let my friend.
Colleague Brower, y'all, same thing.
Same thing I thought.
All right, y'all. We're gonna be back tomorrow night. We're gonna have another action-packed space with a lot of topics as well, too. I'll end up going ahead and retweeting that out either tonight or tomorrow, guys. But we'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank everybody that came up in the space, all the listeners, all the speakers, all you guys that supported on YouTube as well, too, guys. We will be back tomorrow night. So everybody be safe. Peace. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Peace.
Peace.